Hey guys, we're in a series at Maryland Community Church called DNA, where we're looking at some of the things that we do in corporate worship. And we've had some great times together. As a matter of fact, if you want to listen to some of the teachings from those weeks, you can click or copy the URL, which is right along there somewhere. But last Sunday, Justin and I were teaching, and as we were teaching about corporate worship, we took questions from people who were online and then people who were live in the room. And we weren't able to get to all the questions, and so we wanted to answer some of them here. So just one question per video, but one thing that we'd like to answer today is this. Somebody had texted in and said, why is it important to gather for corporate worship? Now that's a great question, and I've had some well-intentioned people who have said to me on occasion, I'm just going to take a break from church for a while. I'm just going to take a break from coming to the corporate worship gathering on Sunday. Well, let me share with you some reasons why I think it's important for us to be together in a corporate worship gathering. In Hebrews chapter 10, it says, let us not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another. So it's important for us to be together for encouragement, and we're told not to give up the meeting together. But here's some additional reasons, I think. One, there's something special that happens when the church is together. God meets us one-on-one, and we're able to connect with Him one-on-one. But when the church gathers, when there are several people who gather together and they're looking for what God has to say and they're wanting to hear from God, there's some special things that happens. It's also during corporate worship gatherings that we take communion together. It's where we listen to the Word of God that's being preached. It's where we can pray for others in a special way, even though we can do that on our own. But it's also where we can be prayed for by others. You know, I can go up to some people and say, "Hey, would you pray for me?" It's a place where there's baptisms that happen. It's a sacred space where we can come into. There's a lot of connection and community or fellowship that goes on. You know, when people ask me the question, you know, why, or when they say to me, I don't really want to gather, I want to just take a break, I have to ask why. And I think one of the biggest reasons is that they're just mad at somebody. Or maybe they're mad at God, or maybe they're just tired. But there's so many benefits to gathering together as corporate worship. So I would agree with Hebrews chapter 10. Sometimes I know it's difficult. Sometimes I know the schedules are nuts. Sometimes situations may be difficult and relationships may be a little bit strained, and we need to work on those. But I agree with Hebrews chapter 10. Let's not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but let's encourage one another. Hope your day is great, and I hope to see you on Sunday.